Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together all the way from Lakewood, New York, the former Pittsburgh Penguins fan, Paul Clemente.
Mr. Kirk, Dexter's in school.
I'm afraid he's not, Miss Fishbone. Dexter's truancy problem is way out of hand. The Baltimore County School Board have decided to expel Dexter from the entire public school system.
Mr. Kirk, I'm not very sure about Dexter's truancy, but surely exposure is not the answer.
No, fair exposure is the only answer. It's the opinion of the entire staff that Dexter is criminally insane.
I like the song, I want to hear it.
That boy needs therapy. Psychosomatic. That boy needs therapy. Psychosomatic. That boy needs therapy. Lie down on the couch. What does that mean? You're a nut.
Sherwood, how you doing? I love that response. I love that response. I don't know what kind of message I was trying to send with that song, but I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. So, what I do is I bring the comedy to you. Andrew from Unplugged Productions, everyone give him a round of applause. Andy from Unplugged Productions gave me enough cord to bring the comedy to you, to you, to you, to you. Thank you guys for sitting all the way back there. I know you guys wanted to enjoy comedy, but wanted to be as far away as possible. Everyone on this table, I will warn you, this is the splash zone. You will get wet during this set. So anyways, oh sorry, should I not be doing that? Okay, great. So I am getting married. One more time. I am getting married July 20th of 2018 at the Odyssey Hall or the Spire Theater. I'm getting married. And I think that's the easy part, is once you find someone you love, it is easy. It is easy to just decide you want to spend the rest of your life with that person. But everything else after that gets difficult. You got invitations, you got save the dates, you got guest lists, you got flowers, you got the DJ, you have so much to worry about. And like the cake. Let me tell you about the cake. You guys want to hear about the cake? Because I'm going to tell you about the cake. The cake! The bakery actually called me on my phone, and who the fuck calls anyone on a cell phone anymore? My phone rings and I answer it like a trivia question. I'm like, hello? And it is the bakery. And they say, Mr. Clemente, that's me. We got your email and we are designing your cake, but we have one question for you. I said, what is that question, bakery? And they said, do you want your cake to say anything? I said, that's not really my decision. Honey, do we want a talking cake or no? That is the only joke I will tell tonight. The rest of my set will be telling you guys a story. Do you guys want to hear a story? Yeah. If you say no, I'll just go home. I don't have anything else better to do, so I'm glad you said yes. I'm going to tell you the time I got engaged and arrested in Canada. I love Canada. Who loves Canada? Give it up for Canada. America's hat. Or for Canadian toque. I'm having a good time up here. You guys having a good time? Well, good. I'm glad one of you is having a good time. I'm bringing the comedy right to you, Matt. Right to you. You don't even got to work. You don't even got to work for it. It was a $5 ticket, right? I'm going to give you a $7 show right now. You ready for that? Fantastic. I love Canada. I love Canada. I love the metric system. I love maple syrup. I love hockey. And most importantly, I love value. Before I went up, I got engaged up in Canada, and I checked the exchange rate before I went up there because I want to have a good time, but I want to pay full price like a sucker. Only suckers pay full price. And so I went there to visit a friend and propose, and it was a great time. It was full of swimming and beer and everything else. It was fantastic. It was a great time. And because the exchange rate, remember me on the stage? No, I'm good. And because the exchange rate, I remember, value of words, economy of words. So when it came time to propose, I looked in her eye, and I went down on one knee, and I said, Amanda. Is your name Amanda? Is her name Amanda? Hold on. I said, Amanda, will you marry? And that was it, because of the exchange rate. That's all I had to say. It was fantastic. And all the stereotypes about Canadians are absolutely true. I'd say about 80% true. That's not an exchange rate joke. That's two. If you guys, anyone loves math out there, that is 2 exchange rate jokes. I love the stereotypes. They are that polite in real life. I remember crossing the border and getting nervous because you need to get that. We can wait. Who is it? Who is it? Hold on. This is why I take the long part. Comedy happens everywhere, folks, not just here. Was it anyone important? I can wait. That's fine. You hung up on her? Do you need to call her back? Was it important? Okay, that's fine. She will call her back later. That is how comedy works. So anyways, I was at the border and I get nervous because I'm a comedian and I say stupid shit. I can't help it. I was at the border and they were fantastic there. They asked us where we were going. I said, Barrie, Ontario, Canada. And he goes, oh, really? I said, yes, really. And he goes, once you're down there, go to Wood-Fired Pizza in Barrie, Ontario. It is fantastic. They put a pizza in there. It is so good, so delicious. And enjoy your stay in Canada, sir. I'm like, wow, what a nice guy. And we go to drive away, and he goes, have a good day. And because I'm an idiot, I said, thanks, bud. I love you. I'm like, ah, shit. That's not what you say. And he looks at me and he goes, you too. Have a great time. And it was great. I had a fantastic weekend full of drinking, swimming, and like I mentioned, with my new wife over there, Amanda, that I got proposed. And everything was fantastic. But coming back, absolutely different story. Absolutely different story. When we came back, I was with my friend Chris and with my newly engaged fiancée, Amanda. And we were stuck in traffic, and there was literally a line of black clouds that went over the American border. And we're waiting in traffic. And the people ahead of us were 4 people, and they all had turbans on their head. And I'm not racist, but statistically, I said, I'm not going to have a problem. But again, I get nervous because I instinctually say stupid things. I told the Canadian guy I loved him. I barely knew him. So we're waiting and waiting and waiting. And we get to the border, and they don't ask for our licenses, they take our licenses. And they're looking at everything, and we're sitting there, and they tell us to pull over into this little specified place with orange cones. And we're like, ah. My friend Chris That's important to know. My friend Chris at the time worked for the government. He worked for the former president. So I'm figuring that's probably what it is. So we get pulled over. And we're in our little special partition. The guys with the turbans, right through. I was wrong. And so they start circling the car like raptors in Jurassic Park. They're looking down, they're looking low, they're getting in there, they're looking all around, they're intimidating us, they're getting in our face. And they single out me, and I instinctually just start sweating because, again, I am a stupid, stupid man. And they ask me, "What's your name?" And I go, "Mine?" Shit. "Yes, yours." "All right, cool, I get a do-over. What is your name?" "Paul Clemente." Again, that's me. That's very important that you know that that's me. And they go, "Mr. Clemente, do you have any problems with judges?" That's a weird question. How do I answer this? I go, "Reinhold?" Again, I am a stupid man. And they go, "Again, let me ask you, do you have any problems with judges, sir?" That's exactly how it sounded with all that echoing. It scared the shit out of me. And they go, "All right, now's your time. Not to just keep it together. Just don't say anything. No." And I go, "I don't know, possibly. How many judges are there in the world? There's probably hundreds. There is a small fraction of a percentage that they're all cool, and I've only maybe met one in my entire life." Fuck, I'm going to jail. Why did you say that? Oh my God. My brain was betraying me, and they asked me to get out of the car. And I was like, "Can I go to jail for not being funny? What is this?" And they asked me to put my hands on the car, and I assume they're checking me for drugs because I acted like a fucking idiot and I deserved it. And they say something like code alpha, something. I didn't understand. I'm not a police officer. And two kind of attractive ladies came up with machine guns. And keep in mind, this is an absolutely true story. And they said, "Put your hands in the air." And that's exactly what I did. I put my hands up, they handcuffed me, and they dragged me away forcefully, just like the last time I tried to tell two U.S. to Canadian convergent jokes in a public forum. And they drag me through 3 doors that require key cards. Boom, boom, boom. And they sit me down and they go, "What is your name?" I got this. I said, "Paul." And they said, "Do you speak Spanish?" And I said, "No. But if anyone that knows Spanish, Spanish for no is no." So they were not convinced. They said, "Y habla español." I'm like, man, I'm a dad. I've seen Dora the Explorer. I know what that means, but do I tell them? I had no idea. And I said, "No." And I was hoping and praying that the next question didn't require the numbers 1 through 10 or the word water, because that's all I knew. And then they unleashed a tirade of Spanish that I would imagine a Hispanic grandmother would do if you unzipped the plastic on her couch. They blasted me with Spanish. And I just, no. I'm going to come back up here. That's so far away. And I'm like, no. And clearly, they were frustrated. I was frustrated. I still did not know why I was being arrested. So they take me to this place that looked like a little airport terminal through another keep door, and they sit me down, still covered. And everyone there was crying. Me, I was getting there. I was nervous. And keep in mind, they didn't tell anyone anything. I just proposed to the love of my life 24 hours before. I'm sitting there, I have no idea why the fuck I'm there. And I'm sitting there, no phone. I mean, what does a human being do with idle time? I had no idea. I was just looking around and watching everyone cry. I didn't know what to do. And then, ladies and gentlemen, what happened next was one of the most terrifying things of my entire life. Can you guess what it was? That's another whole set about pooping my pants. But not tonight. I did not poop my pants. Can you guess what happened? I got searched. Very good, very good. I got searched. But what happened next was one of the most terrifying things in my entire life. They said, Clemente. That's me. You'll need to know that if we're going to get married later. Clemente. And I saw a finger come out of the door like this. And what was on that finger was a glove. Exactly. That's exactly what I said. And it went like this. And what was the most messed up part of it was I had no choice. No choice. They didn't drag me there. They didn't force me there. They didn't ask me there. They just said, come here. So I had to come there at my own volition. I couldn't say I resisted. I couldn't say it wasn't my choice. I couldn't say I had a moral problem with it. I had to go in there. And I started getting nervous, obviously. And there are 7 stages of grief. I was in shock and denial at this point. She tells me to come here, and I'm freaking out, and I'm walking there, and I'm like, you know what, I'm an open-minded guy, but I'll be honest with you all, nothing's ever gone in there. Ever. And I think what I was most afraid about is that I wouldn't be good at it. I didn't know whether to relax. I didn't know whether to just clench up and bear it. But I went back in that room, and I was still handcuffed. And I was like, people in different situations would think that this is completely awesome, but not me. And I'm not judging you if you think it was great. I turned around, and she uncuffed me, and she took my hand and just crushed all the fingers down until I had a finger up like this. She takes my finger, and she puts it in this gunk, in this small little jar. I'm like, she's gonna make me do it to myself? Oh my God. Is that gay? I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask my gay friends. And she takes my hand by force, doesn't say one goddamn word, and puts my hand on a piece of paper, and I was being fingerprinted. And I just, head to toe, just a wash of relief came over me. So I got fingerprinted, all 5, because that's how they do it, all 5 of them. And once the shock and fear and denial came over me, I started feeling a little bit normal. I'm like, why is this going on? That's the one thing I never asked throughout this whole process, like, why? I just let them take me away and put me in a room and let me sit there and terrify me with fingers. And I never asked why. And they said, well, your name matched in a database that we had. So that's weird, like first, middle, and last? She goes, no, just first and last. So you guys didn't check the middle? And she just goes, yeah. That's the answer I got. From the United States government, I got, that sound, don't care. So I get fingerprinted, and they said, we'll make sure this never happens again. We're putting you in the database to say that you're cool. And I'm like, I'm officially cool now. Like, according to the U.S. government, I'm cool. And so they put me back in the airport terminal, uncuffed. So I am pacing around. I'm feeling a little empowered that I wasn't going to be anally violated by the U.S. government. And I'm pacing back and forth. And I'm like, you know what, this is bullshit. I am a legal U.S. American. I have no priors. I got nothing going on with me. What happened to me was a complete injustice. I went from complete fear to complete injustice. I wanted revenge. I was owed this for my inconvenience. They don't know what I just went through. I am owed this apology. I am owed injustice. I am owed the balance of law. And so I'm sitting there, and this massive human being says, Clemente! Which again, Amanda, that's me. And I'm like, you know what? My friend Chris works for the government. He really did. He worked for the government. I'm going to get Obama down here. I'm going to have him pull some strings. I'm going to have him spin kick everyone in the dick for inconveniencing me on my awesome weekend. So I come up and I'm all just, I'm ready. And he goes to give me my wallet and my cell phone back. And he slams it down. And I go, what is your name? Doesn't say a fucking word. And I'm like, listen. He goes, have a nice day. That chilled me to the fucking bone. I took my cell phone, I took my wallet, and just shook. I looked down and I go, thanks, bud. I love you. Bye. Thank you very much. My name is Paul Clemente. I hope you guys had a great time.